Hey, what is up, family? Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to another episode of Gemware's Tarot. My name is G. Gordon McDowell, G. Illuminati. I don't know, for anybody who know me, you can call me whatever you want. I'm not really picky with the nicknames. Disclaimer for all of those who are tuning into my channel for the first time: this is really a spiritual channel that focuses on tarot and the use of gem therapy, crystal rocks, just to help you through day-to-day liberty, to help you master your mind, soul, and body. Bring them into alignment and become, healed from any past traumas, past toxicity that may be affecting you. Now, I want to get into this reading. It's going to be a week ahead reading. It's going to be for January the 20th, going into the 26th. So that's from Monday to Sunday. And this reading will just be telling us about the energy that we may be experiencing for that week, and what kind of energy you may want to approach to it, what kind of mindset you want to approach towards this week coming. So it's going to be fun, enlightening. We're just going to see what Spirit has to say through the symbology of the cards, and that's really what tarot is about. For those of you who may not resonate with this reading, there are many other type of readings out there that you can tune into. I hope that you find one that's sorry, one thing they fly around and distract me. But I hope that you find one that really resonates with you and delivers that message that you may need for the week. Okay, so I've already shuffled the cards. I can shuffle them again. No? Alright, so let's begin this reading. I already went ahead and shuffled the cards and distributed them. So they're in the week ahead order and sequence, just for us to play out now. So the first card that I'm going to turn over will represent the significator for the week. What's the overall energy for this week? And we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, this is a card that already he speaks to making future plans. You have things already set in place and you're looking to move forward. You're looking to move forward into the future. You see this card, you look on the symbology, you see a man holding a globe and he's standing beside two wands. And these two wands signify, his passion, his intuition, his drive, the things that ignites that fire within him. And he's looking at this globe contemplatively over like a vast scenery. So he's in a palace or castle or wherever he is, and he's looking over into the horizon to show that sometimes you may have built a foundation for yourself, and to move forward you have to look above that foundation. You have to now look above and beyond. So the Two of Wands calls into manifestation that for this week you may be looking to move forward, whether it be spiritually, in your career, in a relationship, whatever it is. Focus on your strengths. Give time to the things that build you. Think about these things that build you, and also the things that make you weak or may break you down, and focus on the things that build you up. So the Two of Wands really signifies, just a world opening up for you at large, really and truly. So the next card will represent Monday, which is for the 20th. And the first card is for Monday. Sorry, not the first card, but the Monday card is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is representative of that emotional characteristic and charisma that we may have. He is heir of the sweet of water. He rules intuition, wisdom, the mind, emotion. Not really the mind, but the heart, emotions, the third eye, the crown. He represents a softer personality that is very empathetic. If he could be someone in your life that's approaching that may be very helpful, or he could represent you. And in this reading, he represents you following your heart at all times, especially at this time. You're making plans to go forward, you're making plans to expand your horizon, but sometimes you may not know which direction to go. Your mind may be pulling in different ways, your energy is pulling in different ways, but sometimes you have to listen to the heart that may have different wants and needs. But trust me, following those will probably lead to a much better outcome, especially when it's one that comes from the pure potentiality that is within. One that comes straight from the heart is usually a better decision. It's your gut feeling, that intuition feeling. It's subconscious, it's unconscious. You will not really speak from your mouth, you hear it from within. So the King of Cups is telling you to listen to that inner voice, trust it more, follow your heart, follow your wisdom. Be more, focus a lot on how it is you feel in present moments, and also how it is that your social relationships around you can affect where it is you are now. Are the people around you building you up? Do they make you feel, drained or fruitful? He can come up in the reading to suggest stability, even emotionally, and also with finances. So there may be someone in your life that can offer the support to you at this moment, that may be the King of Cups in your life. Maybe it's a water or an air sign. We're moving into Aquarius. So look around you and see what type of energies arise around you at this time to help you in a different ways. So it could be an air person that comes in to give you a little direction, or even a water person give you a direction, or just to teach you some lessons on how to connect to that ethereal field, how to connect to the things that you love, connect to your heart. Sometimes it's a water person you need to teach you that, so just look around and listen to yourself and listen to those around you, and maybe then you can find a much better answer and make a better decision as to which direction to go. So moving on, the next card, Tuesday, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Cups, my apologies. So the Six of Cups reverse, I don't really do reverse meaning sometimes, but my intuition tell me I can go forward with it right now. So the Six of Cups reverse really show that nostalgia rules. You may be recalling past events with a bit more optimism and positivity than they really deserve. However, now is really the time for you to be taking a real analytical approach towards thinking about these past relationships and connections that help to influence where you are now. So the Six of Cups originally is making amends with your past self, greeting that childlike self, becoming one with it again, growing with these experiences that you've learned all over the course of your life, bringing peace and harmony to that. So when it's reversed, sometimes it is us clinging to these positive memories, not knowing that they're preventing us from moving on. So it may not always be, a positive thing to continuously reminisce on these past events, especially when you're trying to move forward and open your horizon to new experiences and opportunities. So, in order for us to be receptive to these new energies that's coming in, it's okay to revisit these past memories, but not identify too much with them to say they made you who you are today. And a lot of us fail for really stop doing that. You remember going to high school, and you say, yo, remember when we were in high school and someone did stay on this and that, and you cling to them ideologies that, maybe they feel like a boss chick in high school, and you want to feel that way they know. So you try to cling on to that same thinking that you had back then, but that's not necessarily the best thing. So allow old memories to rest, because they really don't have no place in future that you're trying to build now. Let what needs to be in the past just stay in the past, and create a new reality for yourself, a much better one. We enter into a new decade now. All the things that happened in the previous decade, now is the time for us to build from them, build on them. What you do now in this 2020 will set the pace for for the new decade coming. So what you do now in a 10 years time, you want to ensure say, this was a decision I made 9 years ago. I'm glad to do it. So for this year, just focus on the new things that you can manifest for yourself, and not cling on to the old past mistakes, the old realities, the old ideologies, old relationships, old connections that didn't serve you at all. Done with them then. And now you feel the present moment. Now the next card, which is for Thursday, is the Eight of Pentacles. this card generally shows like a diligent approach to any new project that you may be undertaking. So you may be getting something this year. You may be getting your degree, you're finishing up school, a new program, or you're undertaking a new career. Whatever it is, you're an apprentice to that. You're an apprentice to yourself. And you should give whatever it is you want, that time and energy and love to see it grow. Now, you look on this card, the number for it is 8. 8 is the number for renewal, which means that it is on its way to completion, which is 9 and then 10. So on your way to creating this ideal liberty for yourself, where you're comfortable, where you're prospering, you're abundant, and you're happy, you have to, at this time it's saying that you need to work on it diligently, day in, day out. Get some dirt on the fingernails. It shows education, gaining education and learning in some aspect. So the journey is not done. You have new things to learn no matter which level you're there. Sometimes they say, yo, I want to reach yes in a life, or yo, when I'm this age, I have to accomplish this. And when you accomplish this, you want more. So really, it don't make sense you keep setting these finalized goals, and you know that at the end of the day when you reach it, there's more to be done, there's always more to improve. But the ego sometimes comes into play where it tells you to keep searching and keep going when you've already found. So there has to be a boundary that you set for yourself, especially when you're going for, there has to be a boundary you set for yourself when manifesting things sometimes. And a lot of it can be influenced by external media, or maybe you're comparing, your life with somebody else and say, oh, me not have that. So, that person that live good, at same some you want to live, so you start stress out. You start stress out your friend them, your spouse, and say, yo, make we do road now, make we try go out, But really, these are reacting in an impulsive way when you need to be thinking logically, more rationally, and planning, based on past benefits especially, how it is that you can build on those and create something better. And the eight of Pentacles is really using those past things to build on something new, to build and create a much stronger foundation. So even if it's something new that you're undertaking for this year, be diligent with it. It starts from day one, and in a 360 days you want to know, so from now, that it all paid off. And it is, it is a skill that you can use. Everything takes time, so just be diligent in your approach to anything that you're trying to manifest, any skill that you're trying to learn. And now this is a time for us to learn. In order for you to grow, you have to be willing to learn. Yeah. So the 8 of Pentacles is really a great card to have in this reading overall, to show the way in which we can expand our horizon. And that is from learning. You have to open up your mind and be willing, and your heart, to be willing to learn and be willing to work diligently on anything that you choose for yourself to go forward. Alright, so the next card I'm going to turn over, well, what's this? Thursday, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is represented by the number 2, which is unity, union, coming together. The one after the creative force of the one. The Magician, she is between the Magician and the Empress. So she represents the union. Now the High Priestess, symbolically represents the secret hidden gardens that you have to take care of. The inside, the inner self. You have to work on that inner self, tend to that inner garden, as a way to be much more holistically abundant in the relationships that you have on the outside. So she comes into this entire reading to remind you to stay conscious and aware of the deeper inner sides of you that you need to take care of before you try to engage in anything new. And when you really check what the reading is suggesting, there's a lot of new opportunities that is going to manifest for you in this coming year. Not just in this week, but starting this month and going into this week, some new things are going to start coming into play. And it may be because you may be wanting to change direction in life. You may not be like how you used to do things traditionally, and now is the time for you to try something new. So you may be meeting new people, engaging in new relationships, taking on a new job or project that may require, more dedication and focus and determination. Self-discipline this year is going to be a really big theme in how it is that we manifest things that we want to put into place. So the high priestess really comes in to say, pay attention to those inner needs, that inner voice, your subconscious mind. And especially because the moon is in Scorpio, this is a time for us to dive deep into our hidden knowledges. What it is that, what gets us ticking, what's the base and the foundation to our ideologies and our spiritual journey. Look deep within yourself and start questioning yourself and be analytical about it. So superficiality is not going to play well for you, maybe not this year, because this is a year we're trying to be more practical, theoretical, and make what we have work. So superficiality may not be the best thing for you. So what I always tell people is, break your spirituality down to a science, a practical science that you can practice on a daily basis. If you don't see a way for you to do that, just try different methods, try a way to make it work for you. Maybe you want to pray upon a daily, do some silent mindful meditation, anything that works for you. Make a routine use out of it that allows, and this would allow for you to tend to the inner garden much more consistently and much more truthfully to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. This is how you come in. Listen to your emotions, listen to your heart, your soul, and see where it wants to lead you going forward. So that's the High Priestess. The next card is the Seven of Wands. This is for Friday, which could represent conflict based on how the imagery is set. However, the Seven of Wands is not purely centered around conflict, but can also represent just standing up for what you believe in, and also it could represent you defending somebody else. So you might be in a group and you're called to be a leader at this time, and you may be defending other people's interests also, not just yours. So that means that you're an advocate for people. What are the gifts that are coming into play for you this week? Advocacy. Look at how it is that your role, maybe not advocacy, but what is your role in your group of friends, in your group, your circle, your institution, and how it is that you can best represent this role, or best, play your role. Not play your role, but, play your function. You want to be efficient, you want to continue being who you are and build up those around you. How can you do that? This is the time for you to start thinking about that before you get into these positions, or maybe it may just come up. You can't really plan for conflict at any point. So when these things come, just know that you are in a position to even defend the voiceless. You have the strength to stand up for something. You have that strength, you have that power, so you have to bring that power back into yourself by calling up on the subconscious, calling up on that fire within, and just creating that fortress, that weapon that's going to help you going forward into the next few weeks. So that's the Seven of Wands, and I really love this card, because it doesn't initially state that there's a conflict. It doesn't really state that there's a struggle for you to face, but just that there will be things that will arise that you have to be the one to stand up for. You can't be dependent on other people for fighting battles for you. So this is the time for you to do that for yourself, or for other people. So think about it. Are you a leader? You ever missed that? Could you be the leader? Could you be the mentor that you're looking for? Could you be the healer that you're looking for? It might just be you. You might be the answer that you're looking for all this time. Yeah, trippy. But you ever made it. Next card. Saturday, the Queen of Swords. And she's connected to the High Priestess, because she's that queen again on her throne, and she has two sickles, two crescents around her. She represents again standing firm and strong in what you're going for, what you need. Be mindful where your thoughts lead, because thoughts can be destructive just as they are creative. So if you're thinking negative thoughts that can play out, don't self-doubt yourself. That's not a time for you to do that, because it will become real. This is a time for you to try to shift your focus. For every bad thought, try to think 3 good ones and just replace that pattern of negative thinking. Try to be a bit more optimistic this year and push that energy forward. So the Queen of Swords says to create better direction, a positive direction for yourself. Be vigilant of where your mind goes, where your energy goes, what you're saying to yourself, what you're saying to other people. You know, she represents the air in this suite, and we're going into the element of air, Aquarius, the water bearer, who really calls into play this overall flow of energy that is directive, artistic, sociable. So the Queen of Swords can represent how it is that we socialize within our social space around other people, and this also helps to, you know, affect us and how it is we function within these spaces. So you have to check yourself a lot and check your surroundings, because you are the master and the vessel of abundance that's going to flow for yourself. So you have to check your mind within first before you think about how to externalize it. So just like the High Priestess who deals with the super consciousness and self-awareness, the Queen of Swords, she really follows her instincts and instinctive awareness in making decisions for herself. She's very sharp, you know, she's like a sharpshooter. She's sharp in her mind. She knows what she'll go for, and she's very directive and forceful. So, you know, going again back to the Eight of Pentacles, you have to, anything that you choose to follow, not even follow, but any energy that you're going with, any idea you want to go for, anything you want to manifest, you have to be diligent at it and work. Just work towards it just to see it happen. You know, you can't say you want something and then you go half-ass it. You go give up, like, I don't know, a couple of days down, you forget about starting on the drive. Self-discipline, you have to be disciplined enough to go for these things and focused enough to consistently just see it happen, to plan for it and then see it execute. So the Queen of Swords really shows that dedication to something. You know, so the last card in this reading will be for Sunday, and it is the Four of Swords. And this, it's great that it is this, it means it's time to rest. So on the final day, let's say you're working throughout the week and you're trying to see something, I'm trying to meet a certain goal or quota. There has to be a day for rest. We can't work 24/7 constantly and not rest, especially young entrepreneurs. We don't have a closing time, we just open 24/7. People can link your line at 12, 1 o'clock when you're burn out, and they're part of anything for your product, for anything that you're selling or you're creating a service for people. You have to find a day for rest and rejuvenate. Take the time out to conserve and preserve your energies, especially light workers and meditators, intuitive healers. Take the time to rest on the final day. So I put into practice this, it was like a moon phase manifestation goal thing, where I planned from the new moon and go straight into execution into the full moon. But by full moon everything should be manifesting and things. So it was a test, that a practical test I learned from actually growing plants. I'm gonna try it with just trying to grow an idea, trying to grow, I guess, a certain amount of energy or output, trying to see myself put that out from planning stage into making it happen. Because means a man not really write down things I'm planning, I just do, I just create. But now I take the time for plan and write out and document things. So that was a time for me to learn that, you know, you don't just get up every day and just boom, you go straight to the work. So you have a plan, you have to give yourself time for rest afterwards. You know, give yourself time for create, give yourself time for put out, give yourself time to create. Yeah, apologies for that, my camera kinda did cut. So as I was saying, you have to give yourself also time to take care of your social relationships with your friends and your families. You know, you have to give yourself time to you know, cement and concrete those bonds, as these are also an essential part of your upbringing and your growth. It's not just about the things that are external to you, such as your PlayStation, your money, your possessions. You know, you also have to take care of your relationships, your connections with people around you, because these really help to sustain you in a big way. So this entire reading really depicts mastery of self and then acquiring that mastery externally. You know, being open to new possibilities that are coming in, being willing to learn so that you can be you know, that's the way in which you open yourself to these new possibilities. And be firm in your decisions. You see me? You have to work towards them. You have to be diligent. Self-discipline is the best thing right now. So anything you're going for, you know, just stand firm in your decision, and go for it, and be open to new challenges and possibilities that are going to be just really be floating around this January 2020. Like, yeah, I just feel like enough things just gonna be happening once you're really aware of it. We're moving from unconscious awareness to conscious awareness now. So definitely just keep your three eyes them open. That's what me would just say, keep your three of them open. So I really want to thank you guys for just tuning in. You know, this again is G Illuminati from Gemworld 876. Before you go, I want you to hit like and subscribe, and also share it with somebody who maybe, you know, really want to hear this message. Me are from Jamaica, so, you know, I really can offer a different type of energy and just deliver it to this entire tarot thing. Before you go, I want you to, you know, follow me on Instagram, follow the business page at Gemworld 876, and yeah, just big up yourself, love and light, peace.